Alright, y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Alright, so today I'm coming to you with a challenge that I created. Yeah, and it's called From the Rootery to the Tootery Charcuterie Challenge. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Even if you aren't new, if you haven't subscribed, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you get notifications the next time we post a video. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know things you like to see us try, things you like to see us cook, interact with us, because we do like to hear from you. I'm going to say grace and get started. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food that we're about to receive, for nourishment of our bodies and health. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. So I'm going to say it again. The name of the challenge is called From the Rootery to the Tootery Charcuterie Challenge. And shout out to my YouTube manager, Yasmin, for helping me come up with this challenge. The name of the challenge. And then shout out to More Eats, because she gave me the idea when we were doing our One Big Happy Family, the last collab we were doing. I had made a charcuterie board when we did the happy hour collab. She was like, "Ooh, you should do a challenge." I was like, I'ma do that. So we doing it. All right. So I got a lot of stuff on here. I got some brie, because I just love brie on charcuterie boards. I got some fresh figs that I saw in Trader Joe's. I'll be picking up stuff. I got what I got up in here. I got some pretzel crisps, which actually these are honey mustard, but I actually wanted the chocolate ones that I got. These are chocolate caramel. I got some hard salami. I have the blueberry vanilla goat cheese that I had last time. I got, these are like Parmesan crisp or whatever that I actually be putting on my salads, but I was like, oh, I'm gonna put it on my board. I got grapes, crackers, prosciutto, two different types of salami, but I forget what they call. I got bread cheese, and they be raving about this in my Trader Joe's group. They say it tastes like mozzarella sticks, and they be dipping in the marinara. I did warm it up, but it's cold because I ain't eat it right when I warmed it up. So, and then I have some peach preserves. Okay, so yeah, and I gave you a close-up. So the rules of the challenge, fairly simple, okay guys? Really, I just want to see your prettiest, awesomest charcuterie boards. Whatever you come up with, it doesn't have to be what mine is. It could be a dessert one, it could be all fruit, it could be all meat and cheese, you know what I'm saying? Like, be creative. I want to see your creations. I'm pretty excited about this. This is my third challenge, and I'm excited because this is not a challenge that will give you a heart attack. So yeah, because the last couple of ones I've created have been a lot of food. So I think that this one is very reasonable. Also, it does not have to be a really huge board. It can be a small little board, just whatever you want. I just want to see it. It's not a time challenge. Obviously you can drink or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, have a nice, awesome charcuterie board and some good conversation, okay? And tag at least 3 people to do this challenge, okay? So yeah, I'm pretty excited. So I already gave y'all a close-up, but here we go again. All right, and yeah, so I do have a story to tell y'all while I'm eating this, so let me just start eating some of it. I'm gonna try a fig. I never had a fresh fig before. I've been trying to see like what to do with it or whatever, but also just didn't give myself enough time to like really try to research that. So that's good. It kind of reminds me of a peach, honestly. I don't know what the flavor is, but that's what it reminds me of. All right, I love my, ooh. And I'm so happy that this is what I wanted to talk about yesterday, and so I remembered, because I told y'all, and I wrote it down, but I remembered it. I put some hot honey on my brie. I'll take a piece of this salami and some cheese. I'm gonna get a piece of this goat cheese. Also, oh, it's already cheese on here. I was like really struggling to try and find a name. Ooh, sorry, my camera stopped recording because it was full. I don't even be looking at that for real. I'll be forgetting. All right, this is the bread cheese. It's like, it looks like garlic bread. That's what they say. It tastes like garlic bread. I don't know. It tastes like well, mozzarella cheese, honestly. Yeah, actually tastes like mozzarella cheese.
Silver.
What?
Silver.
So I got this particular log. That's what I was saying before the camera cut off.
Wait, is
What?
that what I think it is?
I don't know what you think it is.
Honeycomb? What is it?
Cheese.
Cheese? It don't look like cheese to me.
It is cheese. It's not honeycomb.
It look like kind of a little bit of honey mixed in
It's not.
with the cheese.
I mean, I did put some honey on there.
Also.
I was nervous. I didn't know if I was gonna like this goat cheese because people say that goat cheese is like an acquired taste or whatever. But it's actually pretty good. I got this particular log from Trader Joe's, but they do have all of it. I think I got the same kind too.
I'm definitely not trying to like goat cheese.
They have a goat cheese at Kroger, but it's like I won't say it's like a lemon thyme or whatever, and I was nervous about that. I definitely wanted to try the vanilla, which I love the vanilla, so. I love prosciutto. Got me, baby.
That's you.
For mama cake.
That means you.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna talk about is
I'll do a double for a quadruple piece of ham.
what we're gonna talk about is toxic freaking work environments, okay? So, and don't say no names. Gavin, because Gavin and I get to talking about it, he'd be like, yeah, that, and be having people's names all out in the internet. I don't know, it feels tastes like a freaking, the texture of it reminds me of a peach. Alright, so I'm gonna tell y'all, okay? Well, ask y'all first, have y'all ever been in a toxic work environment? Like, have you ever just worked with somebody that just really got you effed up, okay? I currently am experiencing such, okay? These folks is legit nuts. I feel like me, I've always been in like a work environment where like I've been in high volume, high demand work environments that, you know, are very much so hard deadline driven, right? And I perform very well in those environments. I know my family would like to tell you that I don't work, but I actually do work. I just work smarter, not harder. So I work in ways in which I don't have to work do copious amounts of work every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I work my best to where I can have a day where maybe I have a light load. You know what I'm saying? Lighter loads than others. Okay, so. Mm-hmm.
Is this Gouda cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Gouda. Oh, Gouda. Oh, Gouda
No.
cheese.
That bite of that bread cheese was definitely giving me mozzarella.
Bread cheese or crepe?
Bread cheese was giving me mozzarella stick vibes. Okay. So. Mm-hmm. Current team I'm on right now, we got a guy who is the same level as me. They keep doing restructures or whatever. So me and him have been on the same team. We've been with each other for 3 years. And the first year we were in a different area, then they moved just me and him under new leadership or whatever. We've been through so much, okay? We have a boss, and then they moved us out from under him under someone else. Well, it was gonna be under someone else, but then she was like in the process of leaving the company, so then we ended up being under the toxic person I'm about to tell y'all about. But then they did another restructure, so now we all report to who was her boss. And so she's like, I'm at a level, she's, the next level, and then our actual boss is 2 levels above us, okay? I don't even know if that's gonna be relevant to the story, but anywho, she crazy, okay? Like, I very much so believe that for me, I don't care about the work. The work, like I said, I've always been in the sort of work environment that I'm in right now, so, and it doesn't pay me no never mind. But, and also I'm gonna say a couple people that I'm definitely gonna check. Don't put it on, just leave it on your plate.
Do I have to eat it?
No.
I will eat spirits in this.
I don't even know where I was going, but basically, I've always, these sort of work environments don't really bother me because I've always been in them. I don't get stressed out about the work or that. What makes work for me is the team that I'm on, and if I'm on a good team, I'm really, and we ain't even gotta be best friends. It's just like if there is a good working relationship, good respectful working relationship. I do not have that right now. So I work with some of the most micromanagey, nitpicking females I've ever worked for. And I've had micromanagers before, but they are the absolute worst. And it's annoying, okay? Let me tell y'all the prime example that I want to tell y'all. So, and I don't know what it is, but the chick A and chick B. Chick A was used to, let's call her the team lead, and then my manager, we'll say that, okay? So team lead has a problem with my coworker, the guy we at the same level. I don't know what her problem is with him, but she give him a hard time all the time, every day. They getting into it, bumping heads, okay? So recently he had something that he needed to update, okay? And so she needed to give him something. She was the only person amongst us that had our manager, like all 3 of us report to one lady. She's on maternity leave right now, so technically the team lead is like the head HBIC, okay? Why I have to think about that? So, she only has access to this resource that he needed to complete this thing that he had to update, right? And so, she's like, when she's showing us how to do it, first of all, I don't even know why I was even involved in the call. I mean, it's not that I don't want to learn other stuff or whatever, but it literally has nothing to do with what I was doing, okay? if for that, like if for me just learning it just so that I know what's going on, I'm totally fine with that. But she was like, oh, one of you can update. No, because it pertained to something that is one of his job responsibilities or whatever. I could see if I was like involved in the things that they were doing, then yeah, I'm updating, no problem. But literally don't know what y'all talking about. He can do it faster than I can, okay? And I mean, I can learn anything, but it just makes more sense. And for efficiencies across the team, he needs to be updating this or whatever, right? But me and him already knew that. It was an unspoken thing. We didn't even have to say it. We knew that he was gonna be updating it, right? Me and him like this. So, like I said, she needed, while she's showing us, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to pull this thing in order for you to update this or whatever, which I'll have to send to you. So he's working on it one day. I don't think it was the day that she had showed us. He's like racking his brain. He's like, man, I'm trying to figure out like, where does this number come from? He was like trying to look back at what was done, like however historically say it was last quarter. He's trying to look back and see what was done the previous quarter. Couldn't find it, you know. And it's a number that in Excel, like, you know how you could put formulas in Excel, or it's just a number there. Somebody keyed the number in. It wasn't anything. It wasn't linked to anything. So the next day, we had a follow-up meeting on the meeting that we had about updating said whatever, okay? And he's like, yeah, I was racking my brain last night trying to figure out, you know, where this thing was at or whatever, where this number come from. She was like, yeah, I was waiting on you to ask me for it. And me and him was like, why are you playing games? She's like, yeah, you need this. And I was waiting on you to ask me for it. Why are you playing games? Like, how is that efficient? How is that, like, I was telling Yasmin about it. She's just like, how is that better for the overall?
Upstairs before I hear any runs.
Yasmin was just like, you know, how is this better for the company? You know what I'm saying? Like, he sat there however many hours the night before, trying to figure out how to update this thing, where his time, if she had sent him that, he could have updated that. There were other things that he needed to update, but that one number that he needed, she had to give him the resource to get the number. He could have been done and on to something else, you know what I'm saying? So now he done sat and wasted however much of his time trying to find this thing or whatever. And he couldn't figure out where it was coming from or whatever. And she's sitting here playing games. It's like, one, we was on the call and you said you were gonna send it to us. So why didn't you do that right afterwards? Then you gonna sit, but then you knew that he needed it though, and you was sitting here twiddling your thumbs like, I'm gonna wait till he asks me for it instead of just sending it to begin with. Like, why are we playing games? My man said he had to log off. He said he had to log off and go take a walk because otherwise things could have been bad. Then today we had a meeting, all three of us, co-worker or colleague, and then team lead and me, and then like people from another area, had a meeting about something that which really don't even make sense why our team is doing it, but anywho, had a meeting about something that actually will finalize next year or whatever, but we start the process now or whatever. So him and her are in the office building and they're in the same room, and he wasn't allowed to have his speaker on so he could hear what was going on. So, of course, she took notes. I took notes because there's 4 reports. I'm responsible for 2. He's responsible for 2. What was I gonna say? You know, the meeting is going on. She probably didn't even have her speaker up loud enough to where he could actually hear what people were saying, right? So after the meeting, he probably asked her, you know, for notes or something like that. she's not gonna give him her notes or whatever. I'm sure with the premise that he should have took notes. But how he gonna take notes if he can't hear? Now, trust me, I understand there's caveats to everything. One, granted, maybe with the other situation, if he had, like, cause for me, I've learned that I need to write stuff that I when they tell me to do something, my team lead or my manager, while we having a conversation, I'm taking notes, and then I'll send them notes to them as soon as we get done, so that there ain't no confusion. Because there have been times where they don't forget they told me to do something, and then I do said thing, and then they be like, "Oh, that ain't right." I'm like, "But this what you told me to do." Make it make sense. So to avoid that confusion, and just so that if it ever come back, why did you do this? Because you said to do it, okay? And yeah, so, but everybody ain't got, I don't expect people to work like me. And furthermore, even if he did take notes, you out your mouth verbally said you was gonna send it to him so that he could complete the update. So you should have sent it to him, period, point blank, instead of sitting there playing them games waiting on him to ask you for it, trying to see if he was gonna ask you for it. That's childish, for real, and it serves no purpose. And then of course with the meeting today, could he have had some headphones or something, or could he just have gone to his desk or something so that he could hear the meeting, he could have his speakers on, hear the meeting and take notes or whatever? But who knew that she was gonna be that childish like that and not even provide, the update and stuff. So that's just only a little bit, excuse me. Another thing is that, like, for whatever reason, I don't know if y'all be able to hear this, but when I'm doing it, it sounds very waxy. I can hear it rubbing against my teeth. They are, my manager and team lead, I found out that I have an example of how their nitpickiness is just ridiculous and not even necessary. Okay, so example of things that they do. First of all, when you complete something or a task or whatever, I kid you not, they have a million comments, like, or things that you need to correct or whatever. Some stuff could be valid. At the end of the day, I'm an accountant. I work with numbers, and the numbers got to be right. So if it's a problem with a number, that's fine, definitely. They be nitpicky about, like, oh, this blue looks different than this blue or something like that, and that don't need to be valid. Or this spacing is off, blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. I wish I could explain to y'all. And it be stuff that is only applicable to our team. Like, it's stuff that only our team will look at, you know what I'm saying? It's annoying. Like, oh, somebody gonna look back, like, from years down the line on this team now and be like, oh, them people was, why did they do this like that? Who's gonna care? Like, but it's just annoying because also it creates a anxiety, for real. Not for me. I don't really, at this point it's just like, whatever, man. I'm gonna just, because they gonna say something about it anyway, so it make you not even want to, like, really put your full effort into anything, because it don't matter. They're going to have something to say about it, and it's annoying. So one time I did, in my one-on-one with my manager, I brought that up. I said, the fact that y'all always have something to say about somebody's work, and most of the time it don't even be valid, and then they won't let you mark the task as completed until you answer the question. And it could be a question that you've already answered like 5 million times, and they ask the same question over and over again. It's annoying. Like, Or it be little stuff that I feel like they could just fix themselves or whatever. Like they feel like sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. At some point they feel like, well, if they fix it for us, then how are we learning? If you fix it, we can move on and be doing something else with our time. That's what could happen or whatever. Especially the nitpicky stuff that ain't even like numbers related. It's like your personal preference as to how you want something to look. And that's another thing. The team lead, she'll ask you to do something and she be having stuff in her mind as to how she want it done, but she don't relay that to you. So then when you complete it and it ain't done the way she had in her mind, then she want a million comments. Or she be at like, sorry y'all, I'm about to go in. So then also she creates like stuff or whatever. Like say she's created some stuff for different tasks that we do, different spreadsheets and stuff. So then she'll ask you, well, why is this like this in this spreadsheet? Where literally all I did was update the numbers. I don't know. Ask yourself why you did it like that when you made the dang on spreadsheet. Why are you asking me? I don't know. I don't know. Another thing, so this is a good example. So for when we have these filing deadlines, so we have filing deadlines or whatever, we have to submit stuff to regulators or whatever. And so every time we have a deadline, they want me to create a timeline. Well, the very first time a timeline was created, they my manager created the timeline, right? So then the next deadline, all I did was copy the timeline that she created, because I knew me trying to create something on my own, it was gonna get ripped to shreds. So I'd rather just do it, copy what she did. I literally copy and pasted the same thing that she made for the previous timeline and just changed the dates to be applicable to the current timeline. Why the team lead gonna say, well, what does this date here mean? Like what does complete such and such by this date mean? What did it mean last time? What did it mean the last filing deadline? You understood it when the manager wrote it down, but now you confused when I wrote it down. Like, why are we playing games? Like, that is annoying to me. And then she's got all these edits, but you ain't had all these edits when our manager made the timeline, but because I did it, you have all these edits to make on the timeline when it was perfectly fine when she did it last time. Man, yeah, I miss me with that, man. And then she's like, oh, well, did we check with these people to make sure that this is okay for them or whatever? It's just like, this is a timeline in which our team would like to get stuff done, okay? The only thing that I would take into consideration is we have these closed calendars, and when they close the books for the quarter or whatever, because obviously if they don't close the books, then we can't, for my team, we can't do nothing if they ain't closed the books, okay? So that was the only thing I take into consideration, but we work really close with this other team, and she's like, well, check with them and make sure this is okay for them. I don't care. Like, what I care about, this is for our team, and it's a flexible timeline. It's not set in stone. And furthermore, like, this stuff could all go to crap, and none of this stuff will matter or whatever. We are literally at the mercy of other teams because they have to give us stuff in order for us to do our job, basically. And if they don't give it to us, then we can't get it done. What I'm supposed to do? Hey, where they say no, like no. So, y'all, it's the ghetto, and I can't do it. I can't do it no more. I got to go. It's ridiculous. There's just so many other examples that I could give you guys, but I'm not even about to, keep y'all on here for that long, okay? Well, I'm definitely I want to be gone off my team before our manager come back, because I feel like she's been on maternity leave, so she could be, freshly on that trash. You feel me? Like, she done had time to really just chill out and, think of new ways to annoy a person, for real. Let me finish this thought. I saw in my one-on-one with my manager one day, I was telling her, I was like, it just really creates a stressful work environment, because you just never know what will come back, or that if there'll be comments at all, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that we work in an area in a profession where the numbers got to be right. They can't be wrong. So I understand that. But other stuff like that have nothing to do with the numbers. It's like your personal preference type stuff. When you didn't advise that beforehand, it's annoying. It's annoying. And she was like, well, there's always going to be comments. She's like, I mean, I get comments or whatever. They talking about they get feedback or whatever, or comments. Let me tell y'all, oh, okay, this is the last thing for real. So today I had to work with my manager's manager on something to send to my manager's manager's manager, okay? So I was working on that. I was working directly with my AVP, okay? Let me just say that. So I report to a director. My director's boss is an AVP. And yeah, so, and then my AVP's boss is the chief accounting officer. Real high up, but that's my best friend. I told y'all about him before, how he called me personally after I had sent him an email about like diversity and all this kind of stuff. Anywho, so I was working directly with my AVP on stuff or whatever, and on something, and she ain't give me, listen, I did what she asked me to do. She ain't give me none of them 5 million comments, right? So then team lead knows that I'm working on it or whatever, and I'm just so glad that she didn't get to review it before I sent it to, before I got to work with my AVP on it. So the team lead, she's like, she asked me today, she's like, you need any help with me, or do you need me to review any of the thing that I'm working on? And I was like, no, I'm done. I got everything I need to, do or whatever. So then, yeah, so I told her no, right? She goes in there and reviews it anyway, talk about, oh, I opened this version of it and I've got these comments for you. And guess who ain't do it? Me. Because guess who didn't give me them comments? The AVP. She was fine with the way it was, and therefore it's gonna be the way it is. So I don't care. Like, y'all just being nitpicky for no, and it was a whole bunch of nitpicky comments as well. Like revisions that don't even like, no, I'm not doing it. And I didn't do it. And it's so funny because I made the song that may or may not make a debut in Yasmin's video this week, but I made a song because that girl, I had to make a song, and it was, talking about how she wasn't gonna steal my joy, because, and I'm gonna have to sing that every time she send me something that gets on my nerve. I'm just like, you know what? She's not gonna steal my joy today. She not. And I should tell my coworker, because my colleague, so that he can sing the song too. Okay. Because it's a bop, honestly. It's a bop. Maybe I'll sing it one day. I'll put somebody else's name in it. But yeah. Anywho, I had a lot to tell y'all, and maybe I should have did it on a not so challenge video, but in any event, I hope y'all enjoyed this challenge. I can't wait to see you guys do it. I feel like this is, again, not a challenge where I'm like killing people, or not, making people eat a whole bunch of food or whatever. Just, it can be as little or as big as you want to, as cute or as whatever as you want to. I will tag the people that I would love to see this challenge initially, or I will tag some people in the description box, and I would so appreciate it if you guys could tag 3 people of your own, okay? And yeah, on that note, I'm gonna peace out because my camera's about to cut off. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments down below. Let us know things you like to see us try, things you like to see us cook. Interact with us because we do like to hear from you. And subscribe to the channel. Go and subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notifications the next time we post a video. And we'll see the next one. Peace out. And even if you haven't been challenged, if you're watching this video, go ahead and do the challenge.